have to introduce you to this DNA maths. So here's the thing, my lovers. Firstborns will follow their father's Autobots more. Every firstborn, please say, you have a very unique relationship with your father. Whatever it might be fraught with tension, it might be fraught with yearning, it might be fraught with love. Well, fraught with love is incorrect. It may be filled with love. Whatever it is, the intensity of your relationship with your father feels much more than the intensity of the relationship with your mother. Just check for yourself right now. Secondborns, youngest borns will have more of this with their mother. Meaning they will follow their mother's Autobots more. So S2 called and she had hip pain. First thing I asked is, who in your family has this? She's the youngest. So I said, does your mother have a hip problem? She said, no, not like this. But my father was immobile, meaning his hip wouldn't move at all. And this is the second part of the maths. And there's a third part to the maths. I asked her, is your father a secondborn? She said, yes. In the firstborn following the father and the secondborn onwards following the mother, more and more and more, the youngest will follow the Autobots more of the mother. Not that you won't follow the father's Autobots, but you will follow the Autobots of the mother more. Meaning, whatever is going on with your mother, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, sexually, will also happen with you plus or minus a few years. Whenever your mother had a child, plus or minus just a few years, you will have yours. Whenever your father had that child, whatever it was his age, plus or minus a few years, you will have yours. But the hierarchy of the parent with the child takes precedence. So, a second-born father will have a greater relationship with the second-born child, even though naturally the first-born child has a deeper connection with the father. Just as a younger born child can have a deeper connection with the second-born father, a first-born child can have a deeper connection with the first-born mother. The hierarchy of where you are placed will tell you which parent's DNA you have to work more on. If you know you have to work more on your father's DNA and your father, whatever, your father has high blood pressure, you know you're going to have to take care of that.
Sorry, few questions because they're coming up with what you've just mentioned.
Yeah.
So Savitri had, somebody, I think it was Savitri, said, I'm the seventh born. That's why I smiled while you were talking. I said, I'm going to wait to bring it up. So seventh born, as you said, after second is more and more for towards the mother.
Yeah, okay. More and more. The youngest born follows the maximum Autobots from the mother, which is, by the way, I just want to say this as well. Younger borns are always more good looking. You're the seventh born, you're the most handsome.
Right. And
because their beauty is a function as much of strength as it is of softer, more feminine features. And as a mother keeps giving birth, her powering and empowering the child becomes more and more. Therefore, the last born always looks more good. Very rarely have I seen the opposite, but the younger borns are always more beautiful. And not that firstborns may not be beautiful or attractive, but younger borns even more so.
Savitri's also asked, what about single children? And so has Ganesh. What about a single child family, which is the case with most families now? And what about middle child? And also, Malvika has written, Nidhu, I remember you saying this switches after we reach 30 years of age.
Yeah. Okay. See, that's the next part of the maths. There is a reversal in the order. And not after 30 years of age. After 30 years of age, your crown chakra is fully open, and that's when you must begin your healing journey. By the time you have had perimenopause and menopause, the shift becomes the opposite. So, for example, as a firstborn, in the first, before peri-em and menopause, my Autobots would have been more mother. But after peri-em, my Autobots will be more father. And more, again, right? You're not going to grasp this maths immediately, but it will slowly start sinking in. Middle bonds. Now, middle bonds, you got to check on, first of all, you got to check the hierarchy. Is either parent middle bond? Then immediately that is the Autobot, they will follow. But otherwise, for middle bond as well, little more of the mother. Firstborn children, father, even if you have a single child.
Right.
The father's role in the firstborn is very important because you see, inherently, firstborns prefer freedom and independence because that is a more masculine trait. It is a more father, hunter-gatherer trait. In general, the feminine is the feeder, breeder, stay at home, keep my brood together, let me be taking care of the house energy. Therefore, a father's role in the firstborn is a little different than in the secondborn. And a mother's role from the secondborn is different from her role in the firstborn. Now, nobody told our parents this. And we as parents don't know this. But that is also why, even though you're born to the same parents, in the same house, in the same city, in the same surrounding neighbors, you can have two very opposite siblings. And these two siblings can have two very opposite lives. But more on that, right, as we go on. And just by the way, my lovelies, I just want to give you all a heads up. We are meeting again on Thursday. We're going to do much more of this on Thursday.
Yeah.
But our training begins on Saturday. So training begins this week itself. And not that we are not training right now.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Technically, you've already started the training.
We have already begun the training.
Right.
But going towards your certification, your own work, your own sharings with your family and your clients, that will officially begin on Saturday.
And Nidhu, so many questions coming in with my mom and dad are both firstborn. I am second youngest. So if mom is firstborn, dad is thirdborn, I am firstborn, then what is the math? What if we've never met our father, also third generation? So I will give these to you again individually. I'm just saying that because I'm sitting and listening to the maths from you. And I'm firstborn, second mom. Then after that, father, firstborn, then mother first. Then I'm saying, no, listen, I need pen and paper and I need to write this down.
You need pen and paper.
I need to write, I can't figure this out in my head like this. I'm getting mind boggled.
Correct. And then you'll go to bed with only this maths and you will forget everything else. What else, my lovelies?
So,
do you need to know all healing is?
About the family wounds.
All healing is a healing of wounds. All healing is a healing of family wounds. Now, there's another part to this, which we will not do today. But all healing is a healing of family wounds. Family is everything. Family is our world. We are not the Autobot of the family. We are the awareness of the Autobots of the family. Even while we are expressing the song and dance, we are the awareness of the expression of song and dance.
Right.
Please give me an aha before anything else.
Aha.
Okay.
And wait, aha, take on me.
And everybody who's loved the music of the 80s will know that reference.
Right. And the questions are still pouring in, Nidhu. And please let me know if you want me to, because I'm looking at it and it's become a mental math concern for me now. So I want to shut my eyes immediately. So
Correct.
I'm mental math and I don't do very well. So, okay, for example, Sonia has written, mother is second born of 6, father is third born of 6, I am second born.
Calm down on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, okay. And this is rare, right? Because what's the simplest thing to understand? Second born, mother. So first of all, why are you telling me about the father? Right now, leave father aside. You are second born, look at the mother. Your mother is also second born. My God, as it is, so you will have 98% of her Autobots, meaning her mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, financial Autobots, you will carry that much more. But at the same time, you could also have a very special relationship with her. Now you see what happens for a firstborn mother with the second-born child. But the mother is firstborn. The mother will start behaving with the child like she did with her siblings. Let us say that you are in fact the fourth born and your mother is firstborn. Your mother will start replaying with you what was going on between her and her siblings, meaning, are you even her child? She is only going to be, because you see, Autobot, my lovelies, please remember, an Autobot means it is pre-programmed, it has no brain of its own. As a firstborn with siblings, we have a certain relationship with our siblings. When we have children, the second, third, fourth born onwards, we start repeating the same program as with our siblings. Is this fourth born as much our child or our sibling? If you have a problem as a fourth, fifth born with a firstborn mother, I guarantee you she has trouble with her siblings. So is this really my problem with my mother, or is this my mother's problem with her siblings? It's my mother's problem with her siblings. What about me? Please, let's take time off to grieve. What about me? But again, right, who are you, my lovelies? You are not the expression of this song and dance. You are the awareness of the expression of this song and dance. Therefore, your light is going to shine very differently in your family than the current Autobot light, which is in any case shining. This music is playing. This souffle stopped rising thousands of years ago, even though we do our best to try and make it rise. Because have you noticed this other thing within families, my lovelies? We want to prove them wrong, but we keep proving them right. No matter what we do, when a family has decided, no, this is a daydreamer, this is a crybaby, this is an achiever, iska to kuch nahi ho sakta hai, meaning nothing is ever going to work for this person. We will spend our whole lives trying to prove them wrong while proving them right. Do you know why? From whatever you've understood so far, explain this to me. Why does this happen? I will come to your maths, my lovelies. And when we do the program, we're definitely doing this maths.
Right, because there are a lot of math questions on the group right now.
We will do. It's great fun, but you will need your sheet of paper and pen. And first of all, before you've gone into this math, you have to understand the universal formula. You have to absorb it. You have to do your whatever is going on with you right now. Somebody had brought up frustration, somebody had brought up confusion, somebody had brought up heaviness. Okay? Everybody put your pens aside. Put your questions aside. Whatever is coming up right now, pain, nervousness, exhaustion, headache, confusion, because now maths. So most of us are in a tizzy, cannot park this car at all. What will you say? Whatever it is, no? Identify what it is. Let us say it is confusion.
It's releasing.
It's releasing is one, but here's the next adaptation, because every decree has an adaptation, the way that you will continue to keep working and using with it. You're going to say, releasing it for my mother, releasing it for my mother, releasing it for my mother, releasing it for my father, releasing it for my father, releasing it for my father. Those of you all who are second born onwards, you can just do 3 times with your mother and check. Those of you all who are first born, just do 3 times with your father and check how you're feeling. And now tell me that response. Can you feel the shift immediately, like something's already happening? We've not even said, I am confused, I've got all of this going on, there's so much. We are not even saying that. We're just identified what it is, and we said, releasing for my father, releasing for my mother. And check.
I think people are still, they're taking a moment to write in, just with the previous that, what do you think? So Anjali has written now, so many things about my mother's behavior are becoming clear. Yogita says family wounding, and Vasudha said we are loyal towards them. That is why. This is the question to the this is the answer to the why question that you had put in earlier.
We are what to them?
We are loyal towards them. That is why. Right. And Ganesh, till what time is the it's going on? Asking about how long it's going to. We're going to be on for a while. There are replays. Please don't worry.
Short while. And we'll take a quick break for 5 minutes and come back. But let us finish this round of conversation. I didn't realize it was.
Shweta's asked. No, we're in good time, Nidhu. We're actually in good time, so don't worry.
Awesome.
Yeah. Shweta says both parents are middle born, and I am first born. What do I release for both?
If you're first born, remember the first maths.
Father.
First born father. Beyond that, mother. If everything beyond that is confusing right now, let it be.
Correct.
The first time you are exposed to an algorithm, you are not getting it. Even Michael Phelps didn't start swimming the first day he was put in the pool. Although he did start swimming by the time he was 7, won his first national medal by the time he was 10. But even he on his first day did not swim. So everybody, ease up and calm down. 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 We are together longer. We're together till the end of August.
And Shiny has said, kindly share it in PDF for better understanding the family tree. So in fact, I would like to tell Shiny that hang on, you're going to get to know exactly how to figure this out, and you'll get the details for it. So, and Rashmi says, I'm feeling a bit irritated. Rashmi, are you feeling irritated saying the decree, or is the math irritating you?
Releasing for my father. Irritated. No, I'm irritated. Releasing for my father. Releasing for my mother. Just see and see how it makes you feel.
Rashmi said math. It's the math.
Okay. Yeah, but even then, right? And again,
math is father.
Yeah, one of your family members does not enjoy it. It's in your DNA. Right. There is nothing going on in your life that is not already in your DNA, which is why your DNA is your vibration. And all of these things, right? This loyalty is because the messaging, imprinting, auto-botting is already in the DNA. Your DNA is how your hair is the way it is. Your DNA is why the color of your eyes are the way they are. Your DNA is why you are on 2 feet standing and in the human body. Your DNA is governing and deciding everything. And all of this is contained in your DNA. Right? Which is why, right? So if the family has decided कि आप motorbike पे नहीं जा सकते, then whatever you have done behind their back, whatever you've not not done. First of all, then there's so much guilt, the fear of being caught, all of that is there, but you will never fully be able to embrace being on a motorbike. Because the program in your DNA says, don't put on the motorbike. Bad things happen on motorbikes. So don't send your children on the motorbike. Because remember, my lovelies, things happened in the wild. Thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, when this Autobot system came. And in whatever way we still understand the wild, whatever, the world is a wild place. The world is not safe. Who is this world we've understood? Meaning the family is not a safe place. Right? Don't send girls out. There is a religion that does not allow women to show even a sliver of skin on their wrist. But are we still living in the desert? Autobot. Continuing.
Devi's asked, Nidhu, is it awareness of mother qualities and father is awareness of mother qualities and father qualities enough to heal and be a better version and not repeat negative patterns? Is it enough, the awareness?
You don't have to be aware of your mother and father qualities. You have to be aware of your own. And when you see your hierarchy, you will know where they're coming from. Right. So this is not about you being the chosen one, because your parents were also the chosen one, and their parents were also the chosen one. Every generation, that includes your parents, every generation expresses louder, exhibits more. You are not bigger than your parents. And in fact, that's where we have to do some work with forgiveness. This mistake, right? You are not going to take a look at the parents and say, you know what? You're the problem. You're to blame. You're the one who's insisting on wearing black. It's not like that. You are the awareness of the song and dance. You're not the judge, jury, and executioner. You are not the healer or the savior. But you will make your DNA upgraded and enlightened, which means that your family will immediately benefit, but the ones who will benefit the maximum are your forthcoming generations. It takes only one person in the family to have a distant family member sense the freedom of making or doing something different.
And Karan's asked, if the healing happens after 30 years when the crown chakra opens, then does it mean my child will suffer till 30 because of my issues he absorbed in the first 7 years?
I want so much to give you a different answer. The moment your child is born, he has his own karma. We have children so that they can express louder. We don't have children so that we can control what happens to them. What we cannot bear is born out of us. Meaning, if you could not bear your fears, your child will carry them for you. If you could not bear your anger, your child will carry them for you. Healing journeys cannot begin before 30 because healing journeys require your crown chakra to be in place. And please catch my other call, also on the Mystic Lotus Summit, called the Love Chakra Hidden in Plain Sight. It will tell you everything you need to know about the healing. Well, not everything, but that's because half of that is on another call. But take a look at that. And what I will say to you is that whatever you are feeling, guilt, regret, that your child will carry this, don't make it such a big deal. I know what my child has gone through, and I know who he is today, and I know how his life is working out. As a parent, you have the power to change it for him or her. Your child doesn't have to suffer, but will there be some amount of suffering because of what happened between 0 to 7? Minimally. So S3, most parents call to tell me, can you ask my child to study? Can you speak to my child? Can you give me a decree for my child to study? It's quite popular, especially right, because of our country and this emphasis on academic excellence. When S3 called for his son, and his son was not only not studying, his son was acting out. His son was getting violent. His son was talking back to the teachers. His son raised his hand on somebody in class 4. And that's when S called. What is to be done? I said, how are you handling it? Well, he has to be shouted at. He has to be punished. But have you made the situation better? Did he get better? When did this punishment begin? 2 years back. Has your child gotten better or worse? What is your child expressing? And is your DNA, no? You've gone through this. What is the problem? Did you fail at school? Yes, twice. Because now, full projection, right? Same thing, my lovelies. I will manifest the money in the future, then I will bring it back to bandage whatever is going on. I will get a child, this child will fix and repair what is going on right now. I will get a job, this job will heal my wounding. It cannot work like that. If you take a look at what your story is, you will notice that your fear for your child is also not from you. It is from your parent to you. The maths of DNA of life is precise to the last decimal point of the pi. It is so precise. I even guarantee you that in about the same time, the same month, the same season is when you will be repeating the same story as your parents and their parents and their parents. It is astounding, the maths of this. So, are you the one now collapsing because of what you're seeing your son go through, or are you the awareness of the collapse of what your parents went through that you fear your child is going to go through? And that's also maths, by the way.